Surprise, surprise. Hey, you guys. Okay, we are here, guys. And guess what we're doing? Venturing into outer space, of course. And I did my makeup to represent outer space because it's dark and cold and infinite, like this makeup, period.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna throw Oreo Jr. back here with his friends, and we're gonna continue on our adventure of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Scott, do you remember what we've been doing on our misadventures?
Ford and Arthur about to get thrown out the airlock.
It's gonna be like, whoever on Martin when they would just throw him out. That, yeah, get the hell out, gets to stepping is what the Volgons are saying. So let's get to it. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a wholly remarkable book. It has been compiled and recompiled many times over many years under different editorships. It contains contributions from countless numbers of travelers and researchers. The introduction begins like this. It doesn't begin with anybody drinking. I just wanted to wet my whistle. Space, it says, is really big. This is space. This is space. Really big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the road to the chemist, but that's just peanuts to space. Listen, and so on. After a while, the style settles down a bit and begins to tell you things you really need to know, like the fact that the fabulously beautiful planet Bethlehem is now so worried about the erosion by 10 billion visiting tourists a year that any net imbalance between the amount you eat and the amount you excrete while on the planet is surgically removed from your body weight when you leave. Okay, they doing a lot. They doing a lot. So every time you go to the lavatory, it is vitally important to get a receipt. Girl, are y'all monitoring how much people go to the bathroom? Because you don't want nobody leaving with whatever you got on your planet. Ugh. Y'all desperate. To be fair enough, when confronted by the sheer enormity of the distance between the stars, better minds than the one responsible for the guide's introduction have faltered. Some invite you to consider for a moment a peanut in Reading and a small walnut in Johannesburg, and the other such dizzying concepts. The simple truth is that interstellar distance will not fit into the human imagination. That's why y'all don't understand my makeup look.
Okay.
It doesn't fit into the human imagination, but it kind of does. Because I'm giving Cali Ma, I'm giving dark Cali Ma primordial realness. Look that up, y'all. Anyway, even light, which travels so fast that it takes most races thousands of years to realize that it travels at all, takes time to journey between the stars. It takes 8 minutes to journey from the star Sol to the place where the Earth used to be, and 4 years more to arrive at Sol's nearest stellar neighbor, Alpha Proxima. For light to reach the other side of the galaxy, for it to reach Damogran for distance, takes rather longer. 500,000 years. Who the hell got that kind of time?
Not me, I know.
Not me either. But you don't get to see much on the way. Or I'm sorry, the record for hitchhiking this distance is just under 5 years, but you don't get to see much along the way. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says that if you hold a lungful of air, okay, Scott, I need you to do the experiment. You guys can do it out there too if you really want to get down and get crazy. Here, I'm gonna take these off so y'all can see the blue.
Wow.
Yes, Scott, did you? You don't even know what to do with all this. Yes. Okay, anyway. Okay,
Like I have to
so
hold my breath for 30 seconds to get what I
yes.
feel like's coming on.
And don't pass out. Y'all do it too. Tell me, put it down in the comment section what your results were, because this is a scientific experiment. We're doing experiments and reading books. Okay, here we go. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says that if you hold a lungful of air, you can survive the total vacuum of space for about 30 seconds. However, it does go on to say that what with space being a mind-boggling size, it is it is the chances of getting picked up by another ship within those 30 seconds are 2 to the power of 270,709 to 1 against. I mean, are those not the same odds at a slot machine in Vegas?
Maybe.
Or your chances of hitting a lottery when it's at $1 billion? By a totally staggering coincidence, that is also the telephone number of a Islington flat where Arthur once went to a pretty good party and met a very nice girl whom he totally failed to get it off with. Oh, Arthur, honey, we got to do better. She went off with a gatecrasher. Though the planet Earth, the Islington flat, and the telephone all have now been demolished, it is comforting to reflect that they are all in the same small way commemorated by the fact that 29 seconds later, Ford and Arthur were rescued.
Right.
Okay, did you hold your breath for 30 seconds? What happened? Did you guys? What happened?
Oh, I think I was supposed to start.
Oh, do you want me to tell you when to start? Start.
To do it.
Start. Okay, I'm timing you. Okay, we're going to go to chapter 9 while Scott holds his breath for 30 seconds. He may disappear. Okay, there may be a spaceship that beams him up. It'd be like a probe. Okay, a computer chattered to itself an alarm as it noticed an airlock open and close itself for no apparent reason. You're almost there, Scott. This was because Reason was in fact out to lunch. Sometimes I gotta go. Like we went to Merch today and it was great. Okay, you can stop. How was it? Scott held his breath. He held his breath for 30 seconds. Did you beam up to a spaceship?
I did not.
Damn. Y'all put it in the comment section if y'all do. Period. A hole had just appeared in the galaxy. It was exactly a nothing of a second long, a nothing of an inch wide, and quite a lot of millions of light years from end to end. I don't know what that means, but we gonna go with it. As it closed up, lots of paper hats and party balloons fell out of it and drifted off into the universe. It went into my face. It happens. A team of 7 3-foot-high market analysts fell out of it and unalived, partially of asphyxiation, partially of surprise. 293,000 lightly fried eggs fell out of it too, materializing in a large wobbly heap on the famine-stricken land of Porg Hill in the Pansel system. Okay, they just be making up words here in this book. The whole Porg Hill tribe had unalived out of famine except for one last man who unalived of cholesterol poisoning some weeks later. Hell yeah, because he ate all them eggs. But I feel like, didn't we say that eggs don't cause high cholesterol? Didn't we get there?
I don't know where we're at.
The book was written in the 70s. I feel like we've used science since then.
Things change. Depends on who you paid to do the research.
Period. Just eat the eggs or don't.
Who's paying for the research?
Eat the eggs or don't.
To do the research.
Eat the eggs or don't. The nothing of a second for which the whole existed reverberated backwards and forwards through time in the most improbable fashion. Somewhere in the deep remote past, it seriously traumatized a small random group of atoms drifting through the empty sterility of space and made them cling together in the most extraordinarily unlikely patterns, period. These patterns quickly learned to copy themselves. This was part of what was so extraordinary about the patterns, and went to cause massive trouble in every planet they drifted onto. This was how life began in the universe. I love that. Just because people were time traveling, they accidentally caused life. Period. It's an accident. Hell, a lot of us are here because of an accident. Period. Or a good drunk night. Anyway, 5 wild events, maelstroms swirled in various storms of unreason and spewed up on the pavement. On the pavement lie Ford and Arthur gulping like half spent fish. There you are, gasped Ford, scrabbling for a finger to hold onto the pavement as it raced through the third reach of the unknown. I told you I'd think of something. Oh, sure, said Arthur. Sure. Bright idea, mine, said Ford. To find a passing spaceship and get rescued by it. The real universe arched sickeningly away beneath them. Various pretend ones flitted silently by like mountain goats. Primal light exploded, splattering time or space time as goblets of jello. Time blossomed, matter shrank away. The highest prime number coalesced silently in a corner and hid itself away forever. Look, my makeup does all that. Do you hear what my makeup is doing? My universe makeup.
Wow.
Oh, come off of it, said Arthur. The chances against it were astronomical. Don't knock it. It worked, Ford said. What sort of ship are we in? Asked Arthur, as the pit of eternity yawned beneath them. I don't know, said Ford. I haven't opened my eyes yet. Nor have I, said Arthur. So y'all just up here complaining with y'all eyes shut? The universe jumped, froze, quivered, and splayed out in several unexpected directions. Arthur and Ford opened their eyes and looked about in considerable surprise. Good God, said Arthur. It looks just like the sea front at South End. Hell, I'm relieved to hear you say that, said Ford. Why? Because I thought I was going mad. Perhaps you are. Perhaps you only thought I said it. Ford thought about this. Well, you said it, or didn't you? He asked. I think so, said Arthur. Well, perhaps we're both going mad. I mean, CeeLo did make a song called Crazy. Yes, said Arthur. We'd be mad, all things considered, to think this was South End. Well, do you think this is South End? Oh, yes. So do I. Therefore, we must be mad. Yes, said a passing manic. Who was that? Said Arthur. Who? The man with the 5 heads and the elderberry bush full of kippers? What the hell are kippers? That's a British word I'm not familiar with. Okay, Scott, you're supposed to be looking it up. What's your job?
Look it up.
Yes. I don't know. Just someone. Ah. They both sat on the pavement and watched with a certain unease as a huge child bounced heavily along the sand and wild horses thundered against the sky, taking fresh supplies of reinforcement railings to the uncertain areas.
Herring.
Oh, it's a fish. Oh,
Mhm.
kippers are a fish. Oh, that makes sense. I think I've heard that before. We learned something new today, y'all. Kippers mean
Herring
fish.
has been split, gutted, salted, or pickled and cold smoked.
Sound good to me, honey. Put some onions on it. You
It's a
know,
breakfast food.
well, that's unsurprising. That is very unsurprising. When I told you when I was in Europe, they was doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, okay, y'all just gonna eat black pudding. Okay, y'all. Hey. Okay. You know, said Arthur, a slight cough. If this is the South End, there's something very odd about it. You mean the way the sea stays steady as a rock and a building keep washing up and down, said Ford. Yeah, I thought that was odd too. In fact, he continued to weigh, with a huge bang, South End split itself into 6 equal segments, which danced and spun giddily around each other in lewd and lascivious formations. There is something altogether very strange going on. Did y'all bump y'all heads when y'all were in space or something? This sound like y'all, I don't know, got TBI or something. Wild yodeling noises of pipes and strings seared through the wind. Hot donuts popped out of the streets for 10 pence each. I would have went and got me a donut. Hard fish stormed out of the sky, and Arthur and Ford decided to make a run for it. Get a damn donut on your way out. They plunged through heavy walls of sound, mountains of thought, valleys of good mood music, bad shoe sessions, and fiddling bats, and heard a girl's voice. It sounded quite a sensible voice, but it just said, 2 to the power of 100,000 to 1 again and falling. And that was all. Forrest skidded down a beam of light and spun around trying to find the source for the voice, but could see nothing he could seriously believe in. What was that voice? Shouted Arthur. I don't know, yelled Ford. I don't know. It sounded like a measurement of probability. Probability? What do you mean? Probability, like 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 5 against. It was 2 to the power of 100,000 to 1 against. That's pretty improbable, A million-gallon vat of custard upended itself over them without warning. Girl, I would have opened my mouth. If it's frozen custard, if it's Culver's, I want it.
Yeah.
Period. Give me that. But what does that mean? Cried Arthur. What? The custard? No, the measurements of improbability. I don't know. I don't know at all. I think we're on some kind of spaceship. I can only assume, said Arthur, that this is not the first class compartment. Bulges appeared in the fabric of space-time. Great, ugly bulges. Ah, said Arthur, as he felt his body softening and bending in unusual directions. South End seems to be melting away. The stars are swirling. A dust bowl. My legs are drifting off into the sunset. Are y'all high? Like, did y'all take some acid or shrooms? What's going on in this book? Douglas Adams, did you take some shrooms in there and write a book, sir? That's what this sounds like. This is an acid trip. My left arm's coming off too. A frightening thought struck him. Hell, he said. How am I going to operate my digital watch now? Because that's what we worry about. He wound his eyes desperately around in Ford's direction. Ford, he said, you're turning into a penguin. Stop it. Again came the voice. 2 to the power of 75,000 to 1 against, and falling. Ford waddled around his pond in a furious circle. Hey, who are you? He quacked. Where are you? What's going on? And is there any way of stopping this? Please relax, the voice said pleasantly, like a stewardess in an airline, with only one wing and 2 engines, with one of them on fire. You are perfectly safe. That's not the point, raged Ford. The point is that I am now a perfectly safe penguin, and my colleague here is rapidly running out of limbs. Are y'all high? Are y'all in Florida? Is Florida man commanding this? Anyway, it's all right. I've got them back now, said Arthur. 2 to the power of 50,000 to 1 against and falling, said the voice. Admittedly, said Arthur. They're no longer than I usually like them, but isn't there anything, squawked Ford in avian fury? You feel you ought to be telling us. The voice cleared his throat. A giant petite four. Oh, girl, yes. Oh, they got petite fours. A giant petite four lopped off into the distance. You go catch it. I love a good petite four, honey. And if you ain't never tried them, go ahead and get you one. Find one and get it. It's good. They're good. Welcome, said the voice, to the starship Heart of Gold. Remember, that's the one that president stole, girl. He jacked the plane. Yeah. The voice continued. Please do not be alarmed, it said, by anything you see or hear around you. You are bound to feel some initial ill effects as you have been rescued from certain unalivement at an improbability level of 2 to the power of 200 and 76,000 against 1. Probably much higher to 1 against and following. And we will be restoring normality just as soon as we are sure of what it is. Thank you. 2 to the power of 2,000 to 1 against and falling. The voice cut out. Ford and Arthur were in a small pink cubicle. Ford was wildly excited. Arthur, he said, "This is fantastic. We've been picked up by a ship powered by the infinite improbability drive. That was incredible. I've heard rumors about it before. They were all officially denied, but they must have done it. They've built an improbability drive. Arthur, this is Arthur. What's happening?" Arthur had jammed himself against the door to the cubicle, trying to hold it closed, but it was still ill-fitting. Tiny, furry little hands were squeezing themselves through the cracks. Their fingers were ink-stained. Tiny voices chattered insanely. Arthur looked up. "Ford," he said, "there's an infinite number of monkeys outside who want to talk to us about a script for Hamlet they worked out."
Okay.
Okay. That's the end. We did 2 chapters today. We did 2 chapters. We did, chapter 9, 8 and 9. So, what did you guys learn? Put it in the comment sections. What did y'all learn from them 2 chapters? Scott, what did you learn from them 2 chapters?
Space is an increasingly interesting place.
Y'all thought, oh, I saw Star Trek. I saw Star Wars, and that was the only space. No, baby. We got this kind of space. So, period. My lesson from these 2 chapters are don't panic. Don't panic. Everything's going to be all right. Like, we thought them people had 30 seconds to, live. And boom, they on a whole spaceship.
Yeah.
Period. So don't panic. Just go through life and don't panic. Or panic if you need to, but I don't recommend it. It's not going to help anything. So, did you have anything else, Scott?
I do not.
Okay, then, guys. So with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. Oh, let me get over. So as always, we of course always enjoy you guys coming, and we hope you enjoyed your time with us. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, we'll be back one day this week, but definitely Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we can keep going with this book. And with that, we're going to bid you guys adieu. So from wherever we are, to include space, honey, I've become the universe. So from wherever we are, even in space, to wherever you are, peace, love, and happiness. And we will see you guys sometime next week, child. We'll be back next week. Skinamarinky dinky dink, and we'll see you guys later.